Okay, ladies and gents, welcome to another weekend review of Bloodalytics, the auto trading specifically. I'm focusing on auto trading because that is where I'm trying to get things narrowed down and trading the way it should trade and reflect closely to what the algo does on TradingView, and we're getting close. I'll give you updates on all that today. So let's first start with the report, the spreadsheet that I've created. It will be in the description of this video. You guys can check it out and go over the trades. This is from my live account on FairDesk, the copy trading side. I'm going to go through a couple of things with you guys, show you the conversation I'm having with the core development team over at FairDesk, because I found a couple of bugs on the future side and they were helping me with some things on the copy trading side. So what I'm coming to realize here is that on the future side, I am trading a version of the algo that is public to you guys. As you can see here, this is what I'm trading on the future side because I'm forward testing it for a few months before I roll it out to anyone else. But what I'm realizing or noticing here is that even though this is a slightly different system, it's not off by much. So I'm not seeing the same issues in regards to the entries and exits and the discrepancies in profit and losses as I am on the copy trading side, which is leading me to think that the copy trading side may not have as much liquidity. I'm assuming that they may be using like a different liquidity pool for the copy trading side. And so to mitigate that, I think I figured out how to, and we'll go through that in today's episode, because I didn't have to change the price feeds for each pair that I'm trading on the future side. I didn't have to try to sync it to Binance or, be more cognizant of what price feed I'm getting the chart from. But it does seem as though I have to be more aware of what chart I'm using for the copy trading side, because there are some price discrepancies. First thing though, I just want to say that I did fix, and shout out to Daniel Parker. He brought this to my attention that the alerts for the short trades were not showing the stop losses properly. It just showed a null amount or null variable. Okay, so I did fix that. Essentially what was going on for the shorts, when the short was open, the dots that show on the chart that show where the stop loss is, it didn't start into the next bar. So when the execution of the trade and the alert goes out, it didn't have a price for or plot for that stop loss on the first bar for the short. So I've since fixed that again. I guess it got overridden by one of the updates that I did many months ago or something. So that has been fixed. You'll now see the stop losses for those who are manually trading. You see that now. Also, I'm in a room with the core development team for FairDesk, getting some things hashed out, getting some answers for questions that I have. There were some bugs on the future side that was showing incorrect losses. That was actually doubling the losses. So they say they're going to push a new version of that out for you guys. So I don't know. You should probably see the same bug, but essentially every once in a while, I don't know, maybe you don't. But I know when pushing trades through the API on the future side, every once in a while a lost trade would have like double the amount, as the size of the trade will be double or even triple the amount it's supposed to be, and therefore the loss was triple that. Now they're saying that the loss does not actually reflect in your account balance. As you can see here, the real P&L or fee settlement, Jackie says here, is in the trade itself, and he gave me an example of that here. Let me see if I can blow that up so you can see. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, I don't know. They said that they're going to fix this bug in a week or so. So that's cool. I also asked them about which feeds they use for their charts, and they use Binance, FTX, Huobi, and Woo. I've never heard of Woo. Don't know why they're still using FTX as a feed, but so this made me think about changing the strategy as far as which feed we use on the algo. So I'm going to be switching everything over to Binance for the charts. And so what I mean by that is, you guys see here at the top, you'll see Binance Coin, Tether US. It's, and the exchange is Binance, okay, for the Binance pair. We're going to be switching that over. Ethereum has already been switched So it is running on Binance's feed, Ethereum versus Tether. So that is properly synced to the Binance feed, and I have the algo synced there as well. So I had to tweak it a little bit to make it as profitable as the other feed, because each feed is going to have a different kind of cadence. So I just had to tweak some things. So that is now rocking and rolling with Ethereum, and Ethereum was a big issue for us, and I'll show you. You'll see what I'm talking about. But Ethereum, not this past week, because I'm a week behind. I didn't put the prior week, which was the 6th through the 13th results out yet, but we're going to put that out this weekend hopefully, so I'll be caught up. But you'll see when we go over everything, Ethereum had the biggest difference, and I actually have to bring up the old chart so you can see the difference, and I'll do that right now. And so I actually can't pull up, it's very hard to accurately show the previous, like 2 weeks ago's performance based on like the type of chart I'm using. I'm not using a traditional candle chart, so the accuracy of it can be a little shoddy. So week to week is why I try to capture those week to week performances so that we can accurately see what's going on. But I have a screenshot or a capture of each of these pairs. As you guys can see here, if I scroll over, you'll see I've captured what the performance should have been based on TradingView versus what actually the performance was. So we're going to go through all that here in a second. So I think I've identified here, guys, is that I have to use Binance feed. In addition to that, I should use the Tether, not the USD version of that, versus whichever pair it is. That's another thing that I'm realizing on the copy trading side that needs to be very accurate there. Let's quickly look at the results, and again, you'll have the ability to go back and look in a detailed fashion through all of this if you would like. Now I'm having issues with the graph, so you really don't pay attention to the graph. I don't know what happened, but it's not showing how it's supposed to show. This was the ending balance for last week, so that would have been March 13th or beginning of this week on a Monday, or really Monday through Sunday. But it's just weird how if I do Sunday, it doesn't include anything that may have not closed. So I'm not able to mark to mark. So these results are very close moving through each week, but there are going to be some overlaps because some trades are still going to be open. So just keep that in mind. But if we take a look here, all in all, last week I lost $353 or about 6% on the trades altogether. I've actually also color coded with some conditional statements here each of these columns. Now the long short has a red and green accordingly, depending if we went long or short. Also funding fee I added in there just to show you guys when we had funding fees that may have worked for us or against us. Most of the time there was no funding fee. We were out of the trade by then, but there are some instances where there was a funding fee, and you'll see that highlighted in green or red. And also total P&L, the most important part, will highlight green or red here. Now I also broke those down based on each pair, and as I stated, Bitcoin versus USD actually was in the positive last week, 1.5 or 1.7%, versus TradingView was only 0.82%. So it was a big difference, but what I'm looking for is either they should both be positive or both be negative, but the delta shouldn't be off that much. This delta is not bad. It's not big of a delta or difference between what TradingView gives us and what we got in real life. It's always going to be a difference because, again, it's not accounting for funding fees, and sometimes there's a maker fee, or sometimes it's a taker fee. Just depends on the trade. All of our trades are market orders, so it's just going to depend. So that all of those factors have to play into it as far as giving you the real results. Now this one here, and again, last week, this is on Ethereum. Okay, as you guys see this column, the Ethereum, I lost $240 just on Ethereum trades, negative 4.6%, versus where it should have been reflecting something like up $161 or up 4%. So there's a huge delta, a huge change there that flagged me as a concern. And so that's what made me dive deeper. Now, last week I was using a different feed, maybe midweek. I didn't switch it at the beginning of the week. So at the beginning of the week, you'll see all of these red losses. And that was because we were using, I think, Coinbase feed for USD, not even USDT. It was just Ether versus USD on Coinbase. So we were getting very conflicting or different results on entry and exits. Exits were sometimes not even profitable when they should have been. Now, if you look here, the week, beginning of the week, we were in the red. Like literally beginning of the week up until the mid part of the week, we started turning positive. But these negative trades here probably were bigger than they were supposed to be because they were not reflecting on what Fairdesk used for pricing Ethereum versus USDT. So midweek I did switch it. I switched it to just strictly TradingView's version of the Ethereum price feed. Okay, just trying different things. That I don't think it worked. It did better. We did improve, but it wasn't matching up as good as it could have. So this past week, or this week we're in now, we're wrapping up now, I think I'm using Ethereum USDT using Binance's feed. Okay, so this is what we're using now. This should give us the most accurate performance versus whatever TradingView, the actual algorithm, does. So if the algorithm is in the red that week, then we should be in the red as well, but it should reflect, and the delta should not be that big. That's the main thing. I just want to make sure it's mapping exactly to the performance that I have the system running and mapped it on TradingView. That's my main concern. So the delta there was huge. We would have actually probably had a winning week if we weren't off that much on the price feeds for Ethereum versus USDT. Binance as well hit hard, and there's a big delta there. Now, Binance did end up being in the negative last week from the algo's performance, but the delta was a little concerning. So again, I've tweaked that, and now we should have the algo referencing Binance versus USDT instead of USD. I had USD initially, so this should give us a better, more accurate reading, and performance should line up closer to what the results are coming from, or how the results are coming from TradingView. Also, one other thing, we are now, as of this week, this is news this week, nothing that occurred last week, we shifted down to 2 trades per direction. Because on the copy trade side, again, this is something that I wasn't intending or didn't plan for. I didn't know that we could not close trades, do like partial closes on trades on the copy trading side. So I have to open multiple pairs or multiple orders so that we can close just one of them when we have a take profit. Well, we're back up to 3 trades per direction. And now what we're doing though is that we're taking 2/3 of the trade off on the first take profit. So you'll see 3 trades open. When we hit a take profit, the first take profit alert, we'll take 2 of those trades off and leave 1 trade open, which will then close when we switch directions. So that's how we're going to go and play it this going forward. I've done that because I'm feeling more confident on the price feeds for Bitcoin and for Ethereum, and we'll see. Hopefully Binance coin is also reflecting correctly now that we have the right pairs. So that's it though, guys. Rough couple of weeks, but I think we're getting it to where we need it to be with the help of the core team over at Fairdesk. They were able to assist me with some of the questions I had, one being that they use Binance primarily, with other feeds as well, but Binance is the primary one they use for all of their tokens. So that helped me out. And yeah, so look out for another video, hopefully probably Monday, because I got to let the week close out before I run reports and I dump all the the data into the spreadsheet. So look out for that. That's it though. Oh, one other thing, I did switch the chat room to only be for the chat. So there are no alerts coming in the chat room anymore. The alerts are only in the trade log room. So that will clear up some of the double alerts we get. Try to lessen that and only have, you know, our conversations in the chat room. All right. So that's it though. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll talk to you soon.